I think it's time that we finally discussed one of my role models and an absolute American legend, Johnny Schnarr. Johnny here was born in 1894 and made the biggest name for himself as a bootlegger and Rumrunner in Washington State during Prohibition. Now, Johnny was nigh on uncatchable for the first half of his career, but when the US Customs Fleet announced in 1924 that they had increased the speed of their cutters from about 9 knots up to 18, this new fleet became exceptionally more dangerous. But Johnny had an idea. Undeterred, this absolute legend went down to Seattle out of Canada and he bought himself an old Fiat airplane engine and retrofitted it inside his boat. This effectively now gave him a top speed of about 30 knots. And with that new increase in speed, he was never, ever captured. It wasn't until later in his life that he told the entire experience in a memoir. There were a lot of complications into putting an airplane engine into a boat like this, but one of the ones that nobody else figured out was how to deal with the oil pressure. The oil pressure was so great in an airplane engine that when you tried to go at a low speed in one of these rum-running boats, it would cause the spark plugs to get covered in this dark grime. Johnny actually established his own little proprietary oil pressure relief valve, which allowed him to operate his engine at a low speed and then bring the pressure all the way back up so that he could just jam around Puget Sound, moving alcohol illegally. Johnny had several close calls in his career, but he was never captured. If you're ever curious for more, you should totally check out Rumrunner, The Life and Times of Johnny Schnarr. It is one of the coolest stories I've read about the Washington State area.